Now this year is an important one for the extremely online internet knife community. We heard something that made us pause our own research for a few minutes to check out because we have another new Hawk Knives everyday carry item dropping very soon. To be honest, at the time of this video that I make it, I don't know when they're dropping it. It's going to be sometime probably in March. We're going to do like an online drop, and I'm getting this video done ahead of time, and I'm passing it on to another influencer. It's going on the influencer circuit. You've heard me talk about that, where it goes to the next guy, so I'm borrowing it right now. But for a little history, Hawk Knives traditionally used to make weird little collector utility knives. And we're kind of getting back to those ethos here. In the old days, it used to be that Hawk made some customs, but lent most of their designs to larger companies like Kershaw. You know, those companies took their designs and they produced, you know, relatively cheap knives for the time. Now Hawk, as you know, has transitioned and primarily makes everything in-house. And everything's made in Idaho. And you got to sign up for their newsletter to see all these drops. That's the key, is the newsletter. Sometimes you can find them on retailers, but retailers usually charge markup on top of the Hawk Knives. And, you know, Hawk Knives aren't cheap. Now, some of the details on this particular item are still TBD. They're mostly finalized. But today we're looking at the keychain size prototype Hawk NanoCut. Now, remember the shortcut I did? That was a pretty good one. And, you know, this is kind of based on the same concept. Basically speaking, though, the NanoCut is a Leatherman style size keychain scalpel size knife fidget tool. The NanoCut is mostly made of titanium with the blade holder, link lock, which is the little joiner part there. That's what they call it. And the carabiner is mostly made out of, well, it's probably going to be 440C. I say probably because the parts in this prototype are currently 01 tool steel. Now, you remember the shortcut, right? Let me show it here. Remember little story. Remember how I lost it? I talked about it in the video, and then I found it. You would have been watching my videos and then paying attention to my Instagram where I posted it like a few days later. I'm like, oh, guys, I found it after the video was done. But, you know, that's a cool story, right? Anyway, both of these obviously are based upon the concept of razor blades, your ability to swap them out. And I love my shortcut. It is like the Hawk that's usually on my person, you know, for obvious reasons. I'm not carrying my switchblades around with me. It's a really fun fidgeter, and I just love it. The design, how it looks, the little, you know, click clack, it's just amazing. So what about the details of this one here? Now, if you celebrate the Advanced Knife Bro catalog, the entire catalog, you know in the past I did one other boutique hobby knife. A scalpel review for Silent Thunder Ordnance. I'll link that video at the end. This is the fidget version of that concept. Now, this is designed to fit most number 3 size scalpel blades. That's what they sent me with it, and I just used the one that came on. I didn't swap them out because I swapped out one. You can swap them out very easily without any additional tools other than yourself. So you can swap. I'm actually doing it right here. Fingernail under the back of the blade, the mount, the bayonet mount of the blade, and then you slide it off, and then you slide it back on, and then you click it down. It's very easy, even if I'm making it look hard here. I don't know if they're both number 3s or not, but they use scalpel mounts. Scalpels are kind of like X-Actos, except supposedly a thinner stock and are better for slicing. However, the mounts are different, and you cannot swap X-Acto blades for the scalpel blade, right? They just have a different pin, a different mounting hole. Or as the very useful AI notes on Google, one is for hobbies and crafts and the other is for precision cuts on living tissue. No exceptions. You have to use scalpels for humans. Of course, you want to, or maybe, you know, animals. You're doing experiments on animals. You're a little bit of a mad scientist, maybe a sociopath, psychopath, trying to like kind of ease into being a serial killer, one of those types of things. Of course, you could open packages too, right? With the scalpel, there's nothing saying you can't, as well as sweet living tissue that you've come to love slicing. NanoCut is also a fidgeter that features a plunge lock. While internally it's different than a crossbar lock, externally it's the same idea. You pull back the little release slider and fling it open. You can click-clack it like an Axis lock, drive your friends, loved ones, coworkers absolutely batshit, and they will, of course, take it from you and use it with precision on your living tissue. Now, ergonomically, you have several indented areas to place fingers for the detail work, the tops and the bottoms and the sides. You're doing a little slide cut. You're doing a little, you know, drag cut. I don't know the types of cuts you make with the scalpel, like the sideways ones and the up and down ones. That's what I'd call it. Almost all work with the scalpel, though, would probably be considered detail work, wouldn't it?
Sorry, brother, doesn't look like it stands up to hard use. Don't know if I can go with this one.
Overall, though, it fits very snugly in the hand. It's like it looks awkward, but it kind of like it works. It's like two little cylinders joined together with the pointy tip. It's also a keychain design, but like with the carabiner, you can clip it to all kinds of shit, though. I don't know about the weight if you want to, if you got any spacers, but I would probably clip it on a keychain. If you look close there on the G10, there is the classic Hawk logo. You see that right there? That's cool. I don't know if there's going to be different colorways, but right now it just looks like it's going to be this titanium stonewash finish. Comparisons. First, against a similar sized Style CS from Leatherman. This one has a few tools, although the Hawk works better in the hand and locks. Style CS does not lock. Most tiny little blades like this don't have locks on them. Next is a surge bean. This one here is a detent folder that doesn't lock. Now the Silent Thunder Ordnance Scalpel Dashi. Yeah, remember this video? You've been with me a long time if you remember this and you remember it when it went live. One of my minor works back then. This is one, of course, does not need to lock because it is a fixed scalpel for harder use. You could use it for survival, batoning, and the like, whatever you would do with a fixed blade scalpel, right? You could just baton with it. In theory, I don't know about that. You can baton with just about anything if you try. Finally, the Leatherman Squirt. Never understood why they called it the Squirt. Perhaps they had never been on the internet before. Or had.
It's for cutting up fruit, okay?
Wrapping it up. Thanks to Hawk for loaning me their new little fidget gadget. I think it's going to Neves Knives next. Neves Knives next. Neves Knives next. That's where I think so look for a video of him. You can watch his video. I don't know who else is going to. Levin is going to the Knife Nuts, so you'll see it on Levin's feed. It is a pretty fun little toy. This one, don't quote me because the details are not final, will be about $300, which obviously, the price point will not be for all fans of the channel. You want to see that stuff too, or maybe you just only want to see the cheap stuff, which I don't understand. Of course, it will still be the most affordable Hawk to come out of the shop, at least out of the mainline shop. I love my Hawks, have the whole collection seen here, okay, except for the shortcut, which I did. It was still on the floor of my closet. And again, I spent 2 hours and I delayed my video making time because I was looking for this thing because I wanted to put it in the shot and I couldn't. So say hi to the patrons. I don't know if they know how excited I was because I was able to get 2 advanced looks at new Hawk knives recently. Hawks are probably my favorite brand. I'm not one of those extreme brand attachment guys, but I just always love Hawk knives, and they make great stuff, and it's great that they're doing it all themselves now, and they can kind of go the directions that designs take them. Anyway, so like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching.